Hey everybody, so this week I'm going to do something a little different. I just got home from my endocrinologist appointment. For those of you who've been following along, I last saw my endocrinologist on May the 12th, and I just saw her again today on August the 30th. So I have lab results. For most of you who know, I saw her on May the 12th, and then I started my keto journey on May the 19th, about a week after I saw her. And it's been a good, decent 3 months. So several of you have asked, how are my labs with doing keto? So I'm going to kind of share that information with you guys today. So to start off, with my 770G, I did get a new transmitter. Everything was working fine, and then I started having the same issue with the new transmitter, so I have decided to permanently switch back to manual mode, and so far been doing great. I have no regrets at doing it, especially when you guys hear my A1C number here later. You'll know that my main reason why sticking with manual mode. So let's kind of do a brief overview for everyone in case you're new to the channel and you haven't been following along. So I have been overweight for a majority of my life, just kind of the thing. It wasn't really that bad when I was younger, but since being diagnosed as type 1, it's progressively gotten worse, basically because insulin is the fat storage hormone. The more insulin you take to regulate your blood sugar, the more fat it stores, kind of back and forth. I do apologize. As you can see, Shadow is behind me, and she doesn't like my YouTube videos. She thinks I'm crazy, I guess, talking to myself. See, she said yes. So, hopefully she will settle down and be good for the rest of the video. Okay, so, sorry. Hopefully she stays well behaved for the rest of the video. I'll play with her with my hand. So I have been overweight. It's progressively gotten worse over the past 4 to 5 years. And I've been trying everything possible I could to fix it. And I finally just got to a breaking point. Based on what my health insurance covers, they don't need authorization for a transmitter, but they also won't cover for anything for me to try to see a specialist to try to help get on a program to lose the weight. So I kind of had to do it myself. So I did keto. Basically, keto can have a lot of negative side effects on you if you eat a lot of high fat things, like constantly eat bacon or necessarily a lot of cheese and just stuff like that. It could raise your cholesterol and have negative side effects from doing it. So what I try to do is I went keto, low carb. I ate primarily salads, greens. If I did have something that wasn't a salad, it was like a grilled chicken breast, some sort of healthy vegetables, just stuff like that. I kind of cut out the majority of the carbs in my day. And for this 3-month period, it's been a little longer, 3 months, I think, I just primarily ate less than 30 grams of carbs a day, which is recommended by Dr. Bernstein for all diabetics. Whereas I don't fully support that. I think we should be able to live our lives and enjoy food, especially me. I've always enjoyed food. I never agreed with it, but I did do it. And it wasn't miserable on me. It was very simple once I got in the habit. We eat out a lot, so I just had to think of things, and we ate at places that I could eat stuff. Salads and different things like that. So it really wasn't too big of an adjustment for me. But some of the things have stuck with me. For about 2 to 3 weeks now, I've been eating kind of what I want, eating bread, eating some sweets and stuff like that, and kind of enjoying it. I wanted to see if I would gain a lot of the weight back quickly, or if that's what would happen. So I've continued to regularly, weigh myself and just kind of monitor what my body was doing. So for those of you who've been following along on my weekly keto updates, I do have a couple more weeks to share. I'm sorry. I thought they were scheduled to publish, but they weren't, so they got a little behind. I do apologize. But I'm going to kind of touch on some of that. So I got down almost to 45 pounds, but I kept kind of bouncing back and forth between 40 and 45 pounds. When I stopped doing keto, I was about 42 pounds lost. It did fluctuate back up a little bit, And I've been able to maintain 40 pounds lost for a couple weeks now without any weight gain or problems of that sort. Don't bite me that hard. Anyway, so that's kind of the way I've been doing keto. I've always tried to focus on the healthier aspect of it. So let's kind of dive into my lab results a little bit. So when I got my labs done in May, my A1C was 7.1, which was a little upsetting because I had been at 6.9 for almost a year before this, so it did bump up a little, and I was a little discouraged. For those of you who don't know what an A1C is, it's kind of an estimated level of what your estimated blood glucose average is. So for a 7.1, a 7.0 has an estimated blood sugar of 154, and a 7.5 is 167. So that kind of estimates my sugars were probably, 169. My sugars were probably about 155 to 160 on average for that A1C. So my other labs, my cholesterol has always been a little high, and a couple other things have been a little out of whack, not necessarily fully controlled like my doctor would like. So I will tell you that after doing keto for the 3 months, my labs are fully within range, 100% normal, no complaints on anything. Now, like I did say, if you don't do keto as a healthy mindset and you eat a lot of high-fat things, a lot of bacon, stuff like that, it could really mess up your cholesterol. So you have to be extremely careful with it. Hey, stop. Sorry, there's a FedEx guy outside the window delivering a package, and she wants to go through the mini lines. A day in the life. Anyway, so I did focus on that. That was my whole mindset. I didn't want to do more damage to my body. While doing the keto, the goal was to lose weight healthy-wise and not do anything crazy. So that is the benefit that I have gotten. All of my labs, cholesterol, everything is within range. My doctor was extremely excited about that. I did have, like I said, a 40-pound weight loss in 3 months. And here's the big thing. My A1C this time was 6.5. So a 6.5 A1C is a average blood sugar of 140. So as you guys can tell, most of this time doing my keto experience, I was in manual mode for about 40% of the time, and 60% of it was auto mode because I started to have that issue that I've been telling you about. So honestly, this A1C is the primary reason why I'm not going to go back to auto mode. Manual mode, I'm getting extremely better control over my whole diabetes. And that's honestly the main factor. The less insulin that I use with the better control and the eating healthier and all of that kind of combined together will make me healthier overall and help it easier for me to keep the weight off. So I just said less insulin. So over the past couple weeks, before doing my keto in May and April, I was averaging anywhere from 150 to 175 units of insulin a day. 150 was on the extreme low end. Some days would even be over 200. In doing keto, I averaged between 60 units of insulin a day, Shadow stop, and 80 units of insulin a day, just kind of depending. Some of those days, like I said, I would do higher things. Like if you look at some of the keto ice cream, like Halo Top has, it says that it's 8 net carbs for keto, but it's actually 50-something carbs for us diabetics. So I have to program my pump for those 50 grams of carbs, even though I'm only technically counting 8 grams of carbs towards my keto. It's a lot of complicated math. It's a little more than I want to dive into on a video. So if you want that, send me a comment below and I'll try to make a video on it. But anyway, so some days I use more insulin, but not necessarily got myself out of keto, if that makes sense. So I would average on keto anywhere from 50 to 80 units of insulin a day. At the very beginning, it was a little less. I was like 35 units of insulin a day was my lowest days. But now, eating what I want and kind of enjoying myself, not necessarily like eating all the time, but like I've kind of been, if I eat something that's not necessarily healthy, like let's say French fries and chicken strips or something, then I will compensate the next day by eating healthy and kind of pacing myself instead of eating a chicken biscuit from Chick-fil-A here, chicken fingers and french fries for lunch, and then going out and eating a whole bunch of stuff later. Basically, I'm limiting to about 100 grams of carbs, somewhere around there, a day, 120 versus the 300 plus that I used to eat. So in doing that, now I'm averaging about 100 to 130 units of insulin a day, which has been a substantial improvement. I am going to do keto again in a couple weeks, hopefully, and do it for about a month and a half, to try to lose another 10, 20 pounds. Then I'll take a break because we'll be going on vacation, and then pick it back up after that before the holiday time, and hopefully just kind of keep doing baby steps. I mean, I don't need to make myself miserable and burn myself out on it trying to meet my weight goal. I have made a substantial leap forward in my weight loss, and now I just take a breather and then do it again, and try to take another leap forward in the next couple weeks. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do apologize that I am playing with Shadow in my hand, trying to keep her quiet. I apologize. I just don't want to keep her locked up while I make my videos, so that's why I'm doing this. So if you guys have any questions or anything, just drop a comment down below and let me know, and I'll try my best to answer them. But until next time, I will see you guys next week. Have a good one. Bye.